Welcome back, legends.
Three, two, one, let's go! Yo, listen up, about to tell you some tales of fighters in wizard shuriken and sails. The ups, the downs, the wins, the fails, and heroes that would make the Avengers pale. Madara Uchiha, he's a goddess shinobi, dunking on allied forces harder than freaking Kobe. Heading over to Marineford, ready to take the risk. You see, Wiper crack the air with one blow off his fist. Brighter than the sun, hotter than you can see. Oh my god, Goku just went Super Saiyan 3 with Naruto, Luffy, the Dragon Ball 7. We about to crank the speed out all the way up to 11. You just died and you're about to be led to the greatest show this side of anime heaven. So sit down, stay tuned, and hey yo, DJ Spin. Welcome to the show. This is Anime Legends.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 45th episode of Anime Legends. Today, as you can probably guess, we are going to be talking about meditation. But first, we're going to get into all the stuff that we have to get into, you know, the old rigmarole, everything that has to be covered at the beginning. So, starting off, I just wanted to encourage people to be subscribing to the channel. The numbers have been going pretty well recently. We've dropped a few, we've gained a few. It's back and forth, but definitely make sure to subscribe. That's the biggest thing right now. And tell your friends about it so they can subscribe too. If your friends love anime, then this is exactly the place for them. Moving on. As many of you already know, we do have a Patreon, and you can find that at www.com or www.patreon.com/AfroX. There you will find my Patreon, and you can subscribe, pledge to the Patreon in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. You'll get rewards based on those. Just right off the bat, $5 a month gets your name shown at the end of every edited video. $10 a month gets your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. $30 a month, these rewards stack, so you'll get your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. Plus, you will get a link to my official secret Discord, where you will get every edited video 1 day early. Our patron Trix the Anime Hater actually got the video that's coming out later today, yesterday. So that's very exciting. At the $50 a month level, you will be getting all of the previous rewards plus a handwritten thank you note from me that will be autographed. And at the $100 a month level, you will be getting all of the previous rewards, plus you will be given a link to join every live stream that I do. On any live stream that you join, you will be given a chance to plug whatever you want: a Twitch account, a YouTube channel, your own Facebook, anything like that. Heck, I will let you plug your dog's Instagram if you want to. But yeah, check out the Patreon and pledge however much you want, however much you can. And that would be great. And thank you so much to the people already pledging on Patreon. You are literally a godsend. Moving forward, let's take a look at the first topic that we do every week, which is, I'm sitting a bit far back from my computer right now. What anime/manga have you watched / read this week? It's a bit odd looking because the A is capitalized, but anyways, what anime/manga have you watched / read this week? Well, let me tell you, I read the new chapter of One Piece, which was extremely exciting. And for anyone who didn't know, which if you're watching this channel devotedly, you probably already know, Luffy beat Kaido in chapter 1049. So chapter 1050 is probably just going to be the result of that. We won't know for about 2 weeks now. I think the next chapter drops on May 27th. And yeah, that is extremely exciting. Oda is on break this week, so this Friday we will not be getting a new chapter. In other news, my birthday's coming up on the 29th. That's pretty cool. Anyways, on to the topic at hand. Today we are going to be talking about meditation and really its influence on anime. And this is all going to tie into a bunch of different stuff. I honestly should be doing a anime origins about this just because it's such a big topic to cover. But meditation ties into Hamon breathing from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It ties into breathing techniques from Demon Slayer. And it even ties into hand signs from Naruto. So we're taking a deep dive today, and we're really just gonna look into all of that. First, I should let you know we do have merch. If you go to www.teespring.com/store/Afro-X-2, you can find the Afro X t-shirt. It's about $30 or 30 pounds if you live in the UK. And on the front, it has the Afro X logo. And on the back, it has the Afro X slogan, which is, of course, Stay Legendary. Anyways, let's get right into the meditation talk. So, personal experience with meditation. I absolutely love meditation, and I think it's a great tool. I think it really can help a lot of people. I grab my glasses here since I'm sitting so far back. I think it really can help a lot of people in their lives. To be honest, I started doing meditation when I found that I needed some way to help handle my anger. And definitely, if you are an angry person, if people have told you you're an angry person, or you feel like you need to deal with your anger, meditation it's a long process. It's a somewhat difficult process, but it will get you that result in the end. And meditation can be done a number of different ways. I mean, meditation can be just as simple as like sitting. You don't even have to be cross-legged like you see in normal stuff, but like meditation can even be as simple as just taking a minute to talk to your inner self, think about things that are going on in your life. It can be a tool to, like I said, help you control anger. It can be a tool to help you plan your meal on a super busy day. It can be pretty much anything, but it's all within. It's all introspective. It's all helping you with stuff inside. Um, and I think it's really cool that it's becoming like a bigger thing in anime and just pop culture and stuff like that. Like we see in what is it? We see in Steven Universe, Kid Cosmic. These are shows that are made by like uh that are made by like really popular animators and secular animators and stuff. And why I say secular is because meditation is typically tied to religion. Doesn't have to be. But anyways, it's cool that that meditation is going into these things because that's what it's all about. It's about controlling your inner self and gaining control of the things that swirl around inside you. So I'm just gonna tell you how I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna tell you one way that meditation is usually taught, and then I'm gonna tell you the way that I do meditation. Um, A Trix the anime hater in here says, yo Trix, very nice to see you. Thanks for the continued support on the Patreon. Um, Trix says, how are things going? Things are going fine, man. I will say I have a killer toothache that will not go away. Going to see the dentist about that on Thursday. But besides that, things are good. But that toothache is like a main focus. So if during this at any point you see me kind of whinge or cringe, something like that, it's probably a little bit of pain. I've put some numbing gel on it. I think it's gonna be fine. But just if you see that, I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me. I'm just getting through that. Anyways, Tricks, today we are talking about meditation. I hope you're somewhat interested in that. So the back to the topic at hand. How meditation is usually taught. Meditation is usually taught that you have to be cross-legged and be doing a hand sign, and you have to completely clear your mind of all thoughts, and you can't have a thought enter your mind. You just have to have your mind be blank. That is how meditation is usually taught. And that is an extremely difficult form of meditation. And people usually say you have to be in a quiet space to do meditation. So that's how it's usually taught. I throw away nearly all that stuff when I do my meditation. My meditation is what I like to call musical meditation. I have a playlist of 3 songs. Yes, they do happen to be from the show Steven Universe, but they help me to get into a state of communing with my feelings. And if you've ever seen the movie Inside Out, that's kind of what I try to do. We all have an image of ourselves in our mind, and when I meditate, I have an image of myself in my mind, and the image of myself in my mind is always accompanied by a partner, a balance, a yin and yang. And we take a look at my feelings and we address them. If there is too much anger, we don't cage the anger again, but we accept that it is there, and we let it feel like it is, and we let it know that it is a part of us, or we accept that it is a part of us. And that's the biggest thing. If you are dealing with anger issues and you need to get over your anger, the biggest thing is not to reject the anger, not to cage it, not to lock it up, because then it's just going to bottle up and it's going to become a bigger monster. You must accept your anger and embrace it and realize that while it is not a thing that needs to be out all the time, that it is a useful and necessary tool for your life, because sometimes you're going to need anger. There is such a thing called righteous anger, and there are moments when you need anger to either save someone you love, or stand up for a cause, or just do the right thing. There are times when you need anger, and so you don't want to get rid of it, but you want to embrace it, and you want to know when to use it, and that is an extremely important thing. And that is how and I'm not perfect by any means. I am not perfect. I still struggle with anger sometimes, but I have very, very, very much gotten my anger under control in my life. Even to the point where if I'm playing a video game like Apex or something like that and I lose, I used to flip out and like get super angry and and scream and swear and curse and cry even. And nowadays I've gotten better at that. Like if I lose, I'm just like, hey, it's a game, it's another match, get into the next one. Um but yeah. Yeah. Um it's a meditation is a very useful tool for controlling your anger. Trix here says, question, you like Seven Deadly Sins? I was wondering if you read the sequel manga. Man, I haven't even finished season 4 of Seven Deadly Sins. I have to finish the storyline. You said you meditate, most excellent. Yes, meditating is good. But yeah. No, I haven't read the sequel manga to answer your question. I still need to get through the original storyline. Anyways, moving on. So, yeah, so the 3 songs that I use from Steven Universe are Here Comes the Thought, which is kind of the main meditation song in that thing where Garnet teaches Stevani, the combination of Steven and Connie, to meditate so they can find peace and inner balance within themselves. Because Garnet, as many of you know, is in fact a constant fusion. She is 2 gems that are permanently put together. And so she has also had to find a balance, an inner balance within herself. And then I listened to Stronger Than You. I specifically listened to the version not from the show, but the one from Estelle herself, just because it doesn't have any of the background noise from the show in it or anything. But it's from the moment where they are trying to escape from Jasper's ship, and like Garnet puts herself back there. Jasper has split up the 2 halves of Garnet, and Garnet puts herself back together, and it's during the whole fight between Garnet and Jasper. And I just love that song so much, because sometimes it seems like it would seem like my anger was bigger than me, that it was out of control. And sometimes you have to look at the scary things in your life and the things that you feel like you can't control, and have to be like, no, I'm bigger, I'm stronger than you. And I love the reasoning behind it. She says, because I am made of love. And I just think that's super awesome. Trick says also you should check your Patreon tier. Okay, I will check that out. So yes, yes, Stronger Than You. Great song. Then the last one is just a feel good one, the original theme to Steven Universe, We Are the Crystal Gems. And that's just for feel good stuff. Like, my favorite line in there is the ultimate distances won't be easy, but we're not going to do it alone. And I think that's absolutely great. Anyways, so yes, that is how I meditate, with music and with kind of just imagining and interacting with my emotions inside my head. And some people use hand signs, some people don't. Either way is okay. I use hand signs just because I learned, I've studied, and I know what they do, what they mean, stuff like that. And so I use hand signs in my meditation. I also sit cross-legged. That's just my thing. You do not have to. But I do encourage you, in whatever way, find a way that works for you. But I do encourage you to try meditation. I think it's just a great practice. Now, one big thing about meditation that is constant throughout all forms of meditation is focusing on your breathing. One way that they say to get your mind clear is to not breathe any differently, but just take notice of your breathing. When you breathe in, when you breathe out, things like that. Taking notice of your breathing is a big part of meditation, and it's hard to do because when you're consciously paying attention to your breathing, you're going to naturally breathe differently because you're self-conscious about something that is a normal automated thing. Trixie says, nice that you use music with your meditation. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's just my little twist on it. But yeah, and noticing your breathing and stuff it's well, yeah, like I said, it's a calming tool. Anyways, that all that stuff about meditation, the hand signs, the breathing, all leads into the anime subjects. And the first one that I want to point out comes from the very first section of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is called Phantom Blood. In this section, Jonathan Joestar, Jojo, is taught by Baron Zeppeli Hamon Breathing, which is taking control of your breathing so that the power of the sun can flow through you, apparently. But he says that apparently breathing can do, or proper breathing techniques can do a lot of different things. One example is that Jonathan, without really trying, causes a tree to bloom, and he repairs a injury on his arm, and Baron Zeppeli, through the breathing technique, manages to split a rock that a frog is sitting on without hurting the frog, but he hits the frog. So these are just some basic examples, but he says it also works well in combat. So it's interesting because Hamon Breathing, especially in the technique that they use to fight some of Dio's minions, Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It has a very flowing type of movement and ending in a single strike. Which, if it sounds familiar, it's very much like Tanjiro's water breathing, which is the next subject that I wanted to get into. Is that all of Tanjiro's breathing techniques are very tied to meditation. In fact, at one point he says, "Feel the breath in my fingertips. Meditation is the key to concentration, or meditation brings improved concentration." This is very, very true. And so what I think is really cool is that in Tanjiro's case, once he is meeting with the Hashiras and stuff, and he masters total concentration, breathing constant, is that Tanjiro is technically in a meditative state all the time while he is still focused on other things. And what's interesting is that these techniques, all these breathing techniques and stuff, have real world applications, and I would just like to show you some of them. So actually, what we're gonna do here is show you a couple of windows here that I have been looking at. So first of all, we're going to look at Tanjiro's water breathing techniques. So these all come from Demon Slayer, and these all come from the teachings of Sakonji Urokodaki. And he's usually seen to be the master of the water breathing technique, but Gyu Tomioka is the Hashira of water breathing. So just going through them, we have the first form water surface slash is just a basic slash that goes through what is interesting about all these water breathing techniques, and what I like is that they are movements, but the attacks don't really work unless you're actually using the correct breathing technique. As was shown when Tanjiro is practicing against the spirits of Sakonji and Makomo at the boulder. Second form water wheel, Tanjiro makes Tanjiro makes a wheel, or jumps up and makes a wheel with his body, a spinning motion. He later improved this to make a lateral version of it. Third form flowing dance, and I really like this because it is a form that has, like I said, a lot of flowing movements to it, just like Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. Although Sunlight Yellow Overdrive is really punctuated with more hits and stuff. But the flowing dance it goes straight into the fourth form striking tide, which is pretty much a tag on to the end of the flowing dance, and supposed to be the final decapitating move in the flowing dance. Then there is fifth form, Blessed Rain After the Drought. This Tanjiro uses against the Spider Demon Mother when she begs for death to escape her fate of being under the thumb of Rui. It is a technique designed to give the enemy as little pain as possible in their death, and to just give them a peaceful send-off. Sixth form whirlpool. The user twists their body to create a whirlpool. Obviously, works better underwater. Um, Seventh form drop rippled thrust, where a demon slayer, usually using the back of their sword, actually stops the momentum of an object that is coming in. If from waterfall basin, basic drop down slash, which in the animation creates a huge waterfall that eventually hits. Ninth form splashing water flow turbulent. Tanjiro um kind of invents this one, and to combat Kyogai's technique of turning the room on him and stuff, because he needed a form, or he needed a form where he could use powerful slashes but also not be on his feet that much. This is actually very impressive, considering at the time Tanjiro's leg was still healing from being broken in the fight with what was it, Susumaru and Yahaba. 10th form, Constant Flux. Tanjiro unleashes this against Rui. Pretty much for basic Demon Slayers, this is the final form of water breathing. And it is a combination of sword swings that all keep gaining more and more momentum until they hit their target with the most momentum possible. All kind of conjoining in or representing itself in a water dragon form, which water dragon, also Naruto, good tie-in. Then there is Gyu Tomioka's Dead Calm, which is the 11th form of water breathing. This is where Gyu goes unnervingly calm. This is to make sure that he can precisely make as many strikes as possible without expending any extra energy. And also, when he is using this form, he is able to deflect nearly any attack that comes within range of him, which honestly I think is pretty cool. That is all of the forms for what is it? Water breathing. Yes. That's all the forms for water breathing. One aspect of Demon Slayer's breathing techniques, the total concentration, is something that I just want to touch on. I went a bit deeper here, and I actually looked into some things, and there are actual real world applications to this. I wanted to see if it is possible to actually make yourself stronger through proper breathing techniques, such as like Demon Slayer and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure show. And it is actually possible, and climbers use this a lot when they are climbing, and proper breathing techniques can really help you to pull off some amazing things. They can help you get up to the next ledge during a climb, and there's a whole like thing of power breathing to help you just reach greater heights and stuff like that. And I believe, okay, it's still showing you this one. So All right. So, um, yes, I did want to see if this can actually work in real life. And as you can see with climbers here, there are extensive studies on um, breathing correctly, being able to produce more tension. Now, there's actually an article written on LinkedIn about total concentration breathing, which is in real life is what is called box breathing. This is used by Navy SEALs, and by yoga instructors in real life. And there's a technique used by yoga instructors called 4-7-8 breathing. This is um, a technique which involves breathing in for 4 seconds, holding the breath for 7 seconds, and exhaling for 4 seconds. A lot of pop-ups here. Anyways, I think this is the closest to a real-world version of Tanjiro's recovery breathing when he's fighting Daki, also known as Ume. When he's fighting Daki, Daki kind of knocks him to the ground, and he immediately has to go into what he calls recovery breathing so he can get his strength back and get up before she kills him. And I think this 4-7-8 breathing technique is exactly what he is trying to do here. It is a quick technique that you can do. And it says it aims to reduce anxiety or to help people get to sleep. But I think recovery breathing could also be like tied to this. So, here's what we've covered so far. So we've covered meditation. We have covered the 11 stances, the 11 forms of water breathing in Demon Slayer, and we've covered total concentration breathing and recovery breathing. Now, the last thing that I want to show you that ties into meditation here is hand signs. And this is the origin of hand signs in Naruto. Now, in Naruto, the hand signs are tied to the Chinese zodiac. There's rat, tiger, boar, stuff like that. But in meditation, the use of mudras in the practice of yoga are a powerful tool for self-care and empowerment. And while you're doing meditation, you can use these hand signs, and they do different things. They will help you feel different things. Now, the Gyan, or this is with your thumb and forefinger touching and your 3 fingers up in kind of the AOK sign. This is, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it is the mudra for trying to gain knowledge. So I use this mudra when I'm listening to the song Here Comes a Thought. I'm trying to gain knowledge. Remember to take time to find myself. And you will see this hand sign a lot in many Buddhist imagery. And you'll definitely see this hand sign in specifically Guanyin of the Thousand Hands. Now, Guanyin of the Thousand Hands was a very important figure back in Buddhist mythology. And this figure was a bodhisattva, someone who was pretty much trying to become enlightened or like the Buddha. And at one point, he was asked by the Buddha, "What do you want more than anything in life?" And Guanyin responded, "I would like 1,000 hands so that I could reach out and help everyone in the world who needs my help." And so he was granted 1,000 hands and eventually 1,000 eyes so that he could see and help everyone in the world that he wanted to help. Guanyin of the Thousand Hands is the inspiration for Hashirama Shinzu Senju one 10,000 hands, I believe it's called in the manga. In the anime and video games, he refers to it as Shinzu Senju, veritable 1,000 armed Kanon, which is kind of a different version of that. So there is the booty, and I know that sounds funny, but this mudra is performed by touching your thumb to your pinky finger while holding your other 3 fingers straight. And the mudra is used for mental clarity. I don't use this mudra, but it is very important. It says you perform this gesture when you need to understand intuitive messages from your subconscious. One of the most powerful benefits of this mudra can be found in the improvement of communication, such as improving internal and external dialogue. So I don't use it, but it is a good one to use. Moving on, the shuni or shunya, placing your middle finger and your thumb together with the other fingers up. This mudra is to improve intuition, alertness, and sensory powers. It also purifies your emotions and thoughts. Very good if you're trying to get control of anger. Next one is the prana. You may know this as, I believe it's the tiger symbol in Naruto, and it's done by putting your thumb, ring finger, and pinky finger together while your index and middle finger are pointed up. Now, this one is one of the most important mudras due to its ability to activate dormant energy in your body. I actually use this mudra when I am listening to We Are the Crystal Gems, because it is designed to bring in good feelings and to help give you a real happy feeling and stuff. Says prana is the vital life force within all living things. This mudra will help awaken and enliven your personal prana and put you more in tune with the prana around you. The next one is dhyana. We usually see this one being used in anime like Dragon Ball Z, like in the thumbnail where Piccolo or Goku is meditating, and that's because it's shared across several Eastern meditation disciplines. The Buddha is often pictured doing this gesture. The significance of the mudra is to help bring you into deeper, more profound concentration. This gesture can also help bring your tranquility and inner peace. Piccolo, definitely about tranquility and inner peace. Moving on, the Surya. This is done by putting your ring finger under your thumb with your other fingers up. And it's to increase the solar/fire element in the body and improve metabolism and digestion. It's also useful in reducing heaviness in the body and help ward off cold, since it increases the core body temperature. I've never tried this, but it would be an interesting thing to look into. Number 7, the apana, putting your middle and ring finger and your thumb together, kind of in a rock-on sign. To be completely honest, the apana mudra is good for mental or physical digestion and for eliminating waste material from the body. This gesture may also be a form of aiding in mental and emotional digestion when applied to the evil outside of the body. So this is this hand sign is all about getting rid of all the bad stuff in your body. Really good for cleanses. Ganesha, which is also the name of a Hindu god. And this is done by putting your left hand in the front of your chest with the palm facing outward and left thumb down, and placing your right hand in front of your left with your right palm facing towards you and your left palm, and locking your fingers together, holding them in a half-bent position like a claw. The Ganesha mudra is widely used and is named after the Hindu Ganesh. Ganesha is said to be a remover of obstacles. Similarly, this mudra is great for relieving yourself of all types of obstructions in your life. It can help you regain positivity and courage when dealing with hard times. By performing this mudra, you bring your attention and energy into the heart center, opening up your lungs and heart to the subject of your meditation. Aside from the mental and spiritual benefits on your heart chakra, the pulling motion is also beneficial to your cardiac muscles and good for tension in this area of the body. Moving on, there is the Vayu, where you put your index finger under your thumb with your other fingers up. The Vayu is good for diseases related to air imbalances, such as gas-related pain, flatulence, joint pain, bloating, and abdominal discomfort. This mudra helps regulate Vata-related issues, both mental and physical, relieving them by bringing your air element back into its proper flow. So yeah, if you got gas, Vayu. And finally, the 10th one, the Rudra. Middle finger and pinky up, ring finger and index finger in with the thumb. This mudra is often associated with Shiva, as it applies to your internal transformative abilities. The word Rudra means Lord in Sanskrit, which is fitting for this gesture because the main benefits affect your personal power center, the solar plexus. It is said to improve clarity and concentration of thought. Often this mudra is prescribed for those dealing with dizziness, exhaustion, and chronic tension in their body. You can use the Rudra mudra to energize your physical body and empower you to reach your highest potential or goals. That is 10 mudras. And if you want to find out more, that can be found on chopper.com/article/10 powerful mudras and how to use them. So, that is a deep dive into the mudras, and they are the inspiration for the hand signs in Naruto. So yeah, that is all the stuff we were talking about today. Just to cover it, meditation, great thing for getting control of your anger and your emotions. Hand signs, you can do them, you cannot do them. We went over 10 great ones for pretty much anything that would ail you. We also went over paying attention to your breathing and how different breathing techniques in real life can actually help bring tension or relaxation into your body. And we looked into the real world version of total concentration and recovery breathing. And also we went through the 11 forms of water breathing. Now, if you want me to cover more forms of breathing from Demon Slayer, I think that would be a great series to go over. Let me know in the comments or on the Discord if you are on our Discord. And yeah, I'm just gonna open it up here to any questions as we move forward, since we are almost at the 50-minute mark, and I do want to pull this video to an hour. So let's go over what the chat has said, and then we will get to any questions that you may have. Trixie Anime Hitter says Hamon was the way to go. Yeah, definitely. I still don't understand how a breathing technique can help you harness the power of the sun, but I don't understand Sunny D either. So breathing techniques are practical. Yes, breathing techniques are very practical. This is great information. It's awesome information. And don't you forget it. Trick says, would be cool to hear you explain the breathing. Okay. So from my readings, what they said is a way that um what is it? Climbers use the breathing, and they only really had, oh, excuse me. I'm getting attacked by a breathing technique. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, a they only had climbing as the example, but I'm sure it can be used in a lot of different things. But their way of breathing was to breathe into about 75% of your maximum, and then to let it out in a slow hiss. And that's what they say Tanjiro's doing in total concentration breathing, is he's breathing in and then letting it out in a slow pattern. And that's why you in the breathing that you see, you can see a little trail of mist come up, or in Tanjiro's Hinokami Kagura, the flames literally coming out of his mouth. Um, so you go, and increasing the tension in your body. It's all about breathing into almost your maximum and then letting it out very, very quickly. And they also said this is why martial artists will do a kia or a hia or something like that. It's anything to force the air out very quickly so that it tricks your nervous system into a fight or flight response so that you can be tense and in control. And it's pretty much and I've been looking for this for a long time. And Victor, who I know is watching, knows this, but it's pretty much a surefire way to inflict a adrenaline rush, which would not be very good if you were doing it all the time. But yeah, it's a one-way ticket to an adrenaline rush, which is pretty great. Anyways, the other breathing technique that was talked about for like the real life version of recovery breathing was the 478, and they said that you breathe in, hold for 7 seconds, release for 8 seconds. So it would go. And that's the 478 breathing technique. And that would be a great technique to use in meditation, because people like yogis use that. But they said it's also good for if you're trying to sleep or go to bed. Like they said, if you can't sleep, try using the that technique. Um, but yeah. Uh, Trick says, any other anime catch my eye? Well, I mean, while we're on the subject, let's try to think of other anime that use meditation. Um, I can definitely think of other media that use meditation. I mean, right off the bat, well, I did say Kid Cosmic, but right off the bat, Boomy from Book 3 of Avatar The Last Airbender teaches Ong meditation. And that was more of the Hindu meditation, because they're talking about chakras and aligning your chakras and stuff like that. And I don't usually get into that when I'm talking about that, because that's deeply religious. And I try to keep it more to the Buddhist side of it, just because that's more open ended, and it's more about the breathing practices and the stretching and stuff like that. But yogis and yoga and stuff like that is definitely from the Hindu side, and all of yoga is about getting in touch with your chakras and kind of like their religion goes deep into it. but apparently you have to align your chakras so that a snake can come up your spine and bite your brain, and then you reach enlightenment or something like that. I don't know. I'm probably butchering their religion so bad, and I apologize, but that is the Avatar: The Last Airbender is another great example of meditation in media. Um, just thinking here. Um, by the way, if you guys think of any animes that have meditation in them, or breathing technique, or hand signs, definitely let me know, and I will talk about them. I will cover them at another point in time. Like I said, I did like in Kid Cosmic how their meditation wasn't so much based on religion, but it was just a thing of Papa G saying to Kid Cosmic, like, when you're freaking out, breathe it out. Freaking out, breathing out. I love that. And in the end of the first season of that series, it's now up to 3 seasons, if you can believe it. But it blew up on Netflix. But at the end of the first season of that, Kid learns to control his telekinesis through meditation, and I think that is very, very cool how they did that. I do think it's kind of a misdirection, just because I do want to make it very clear that meditation will not give you superpowers. Like, no matter how much you may want it, meditation is not going to give you superpowers. Trixer says an anime slash manga by Oh Great had meditation. I don't know who Oh Great is, but they sound great. If you could tell me what the name of that anime slash manga is, I would be interested in finding it out. Yeah. Well, just to cover all the regular stuff today, I do want to thank everyone who showed up today. We at one point had like 4 people in this stream, which was awesome. I would really like to have more people talking in the chat, because I do want to have times where I just barrel through the chat and look at all the stuff that people are saying. If you definitely could put stuff in the chat, that would be great, because I do want to hear from you. Your ideas are valid. If you liked hearing about this, like, let me know. I will talk more about this. I will do a full-on anime origins about meditation's influence on anime. And heck, we might as well just blow it up and do a whole anime origins on Buddhism's influence on anime, because almost everything in anime is based on a Buddhist influence of some sort. Heck, what is it? Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, Guan Yin, the Jade Emperor, Journey to the West, all of that has Buddhism running through its veins. So if you like this, I will definitely do that in the future. I just will have to have a lot of time to prepare for it. Trick says he made the series Air Gear. Oh, I've seen Air Gear. Air Gear is a really, really cool anime. Meditation origin on anime sounds dope. Yes, that would be awesome. Anyways, that is all that we really have for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Definitely share, because if you're sharing, then other people are seeing this stuff too. And I'm not just talking to like Tricks, Victor, and a brick wall. So definitely share this stuff. Uh, as always, keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary.